We have some more Cup news here out of North America. There's been a saga brewing between MLS and U.S. Soccer over whether MLS would participate fully in the Open Cup. We now know MLS will not be participating fully. Instead, just 8 teams will play in the 2024 Open Cup. They are Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, the defending champs, LAFC, RSL, San Jose, Seattle, and Kansas City. As someone who's played in quite a few Open Cup games in your time, what do you think of this?
It's hard to take this seriously, to be quite honest with you. This is laughable as it pertains to what has happened to the U.S. Open Cup and MLS's approach to the U.S. Open Cup. I'm surprised that the United States Soccer Federation hasn't taken a stronger position here in saying, look, are you kidding me right now? We need you to participate. This tournament needs you to participate. If the FA Cup is good enough for Liverpool, the Open Cup should be good enough for the LA Galaxy. I mean, it goes, and that is just as a logical thought. But when you go deeper into this, so it's no longer a U.S. Open Cup. It's like the not-so-Open Cup. It's sort of a part-time MLS participation here. It's kind of MLS, but not really, and it's really not the best teams from MLS that are participating. I don't know who sits in a room and makes these decisions and says, hey, let me tell you what we're going to do here. Only 8 teams from MLS are going to participate. The rest is going to send whatever their reserve team or whatever they're called now. MLS Next Pro, nonsense, this and that and the other. What happens with a team like DC United that doesn't have an MLS Next Pro? What is their story?
They're out.
Okay.
No involvement.
So if you want to put together a checklist of things that you need to do in order to kill off a competition like the Open Cup, do what MLS is doing right now and do what the U.S. Soccer Federation is doing right now.
Yeah.
You cannot turn your, and I've said this about MLS, and I go back to the dispute that they had over the Columbus Crew when they were about to be moved to Austin for no reason in particular.
Well, because the owner wanted to make some money.
Correct.
Shout out Anthony Precourt. I got you.
And by the way, what has happened since is the Columbus Crew.
Columbus has become a good team.
Yeah, and has won 2 championships.
Right.
And a stadium in place. Okay, well, whatever. I digress. Regardless, as I said then and I'll say now, there is an importance to appreciating the history of the game in this country that hasn't been all that long. But guess what? The U.S. Open Cup is very much part of the history of soccer in this country. And somehow we, as a whole, just overlook the Open Cup, the importance of the competition, and now are treating it as a second-class citizen. We're treating it as, you know what? It means nothing to us. As a league, as a federation, we'll do with 8 teams. That in itself it's just embarrassing because you're essentially saying this doesn't matter to us. MLS teams should all play the Open Cup because it's not just about MLS, it's about the structure of soccer in this country and how you help smaller market and smaller teams to spread, if indeed this is about spreading the gospel of the game, Open Cup does that. Open Cup does that for you. And guess what? You're not doing it. So I'll tell you what this is about. This is about control. This is about money. This is not about the benefit of the game in this country. It is, again, laughable and embarrassing, both from MLS and U.S. Soccer. But certainly from the MLS perspective, all their teams should play. And if the coaches decide that they want to play their reserves or their second team or whatever the case may be, or the substitutes, so on and so forth, that's a decision made by the coach. But the MLS teams should participate in the Open Cup. It should. Real Madrid participates in Copa del Rey. Liverpool participates in FA Cup. Guess what? Bayern Munich participates in Pokal. And you're telling me that the LA Galaxy is too good for the Open Cup? Get out of here with that. You kidding me?
The folks at MLS will tell you it's about fixture congestion.
Yeah.
I don't believe them. I don't believe them.
Isn't this the same league that has all sorts of friendlies in the middle of the season?
Leagues Cup, international friendlies, middle of the season. Yeah. Anywhere they can make a buck, they'll grab it unless it's the Open Cup. This will be discussed at great length with stakeholders from all sides on Monday. And those who don't show will be named and shamed.